Kingdom Rush is back, baby, but now it's all different. Ironhide Studios have just released a demo for the new Kingdom Rush games, and oh boy, I must admit that the game has changed. Going from a tower defense to a turn-based RPG is a brave decision that I hate and fear for all the right reasons. You see, mankind has resisted two things. That is, challenging their thoughts and changing them, until a master race was born. The race of gamers. These folks tend to hate all changes, but they fall in love with it if it's anything remotely indie. But why is that? Is it because the non-indie aka AAA studios are responsible for the fakest of promises and the harshest of monetization methods? Nah, it's just because they are entitled brats. The end. But guys, I had to risk it all to bring an intellectual gamer of the PC Master Race for an interview on why Kingdom Rush is a problem. And here is his response.
Remember, viewers, some of this language is disturbing.
Thank you for giving us a platform to express our opinions, Gary. To know about the problem, you need to know of its history first. You see, Ironhide Studios is an interesting case because its origins are pure. In 2010, three friends, a knight, an archer, and a wizard, joined hands to form the studio we know and love today. It has always fit the description of an indie studio, with 3 at the beginning and 21 employees as of 2015. So how has it come under such scrutiny for what seems to be a move to pave a new path for an established franchise? Well, there are multiple perspectives at clash. The problem is the current climate of games industry. You see, most AAA studios are full of crap, for the lack of a better term, and Kingdom Rush, being such a household name, has elevated the status to AAA level, despite being nowhere close to it. This, and the truth about mobile monetization being a known fact, has made sure that any and all studios who dare to have a mobile port are usually giant dicks. And guess what genre mobile monetization thrives in, Gary? It's RPG for a plethora of reasons. Mobile games want you to be addicted to them. So daily tasks, daily rewards, sign-in rewards, events exclusive to the day are all used to generate a feeling that you will miss something if you don't continue playing. This, along with the leaderboards and pop-ups, will constantly emphasize the point that if you spend just a little bit of money, you might be up there. You might be a ranker, an overachiever in life, as we all know. Unfortunately, the truth is that it won't end up with a little bit of money. It's a death loop, but RPG makes the problem worse. All of this leads us to have Kingdom Rush, the Rise of Legends, can become a problem way too easily. You can just make sure that the early game is easy and then increase the difficulty, for which you have to grind to make M levels pop. And while Kingdom Rush has assured us that increase in levels won't change your stats as to make the game actively easier, it still unlocks new skills for when you power up your character in campaigns, which makes them equally important, if not outright broken. Also, randomization of the events, the maps, the enemies you face is usually more than enough to mess up with your campaign, like suddenly being put in a boss fight, which I had no prior warning to, and led me to facing swift annihilation. And I would have loved this if it was on insane or hard difficulty, but it's normal. Correct me if I'm wrong, but throughout my years of experience, a normal difficulty means that you can complete it with basic knowledge of the game's genres. There's also the case of extremely confusing inventory, in which I have no clue if it passes from a campaign to another or just magically appears at the beginning of a new one. Also, you face plenty of random events in which the roll of a die decides your rewards, which is always welcome in what was considered a safe haven for a highly strategic game. All of this creates various ways for monetization to pollute the game, especially on mobile ports. And these are the real reasons why the gaming community should be skeptical at best. Of course, the worst part is that the demo feels incomplete. You see, I got a pop-up in the middle of the first campaign after tutorial and thought that it must have been a time-based thing. And so I restarted the demo and reached the same point even faster, but faced the same barrier again. Not letting players finish even one campaign is really bad news, since that shows a lack of consideration for those excited for the game or poor management, both extremely harmful. There are also a few minor problems like interactables, which the game is infamous for being many and always amusing, now placed in campaign maps rather than the individual fights or levels. This was a creative decision on their part, and while it doesn't improve anything, nor had the audience asked for it, I shall respect it. Unfortunately, all of this leads to the picture looking quite grim. And so, for the end, I would like to point out a few positive things, like getting new heroes in a campaign randomly. This provides you the opportunity to test synergies and choose to further train with the hero or try a new one. Also, while I instill fear about the random events, I do think there is a positive side to it, since it will make sure that each run feels unique, increasing the replayability aspect ever so slightly. All in all, the Kingdom Rush game has managed to climb up to the third best position for the Steam Fest by riding on the coattails of Kingdom Rush franchise alone. And that's the video, guys. Follow Master YouTube to make my channel flourish. And thanks for watching till the very end.